right?
Yeah,
But I think that as a leader, we need to make sure that whatever we are calling out, right, we don't do it because of our own interests, right?
very
This is
true.
for the whole team interest, the whole organization interest, and we need to make sure that everybody is comfortable with it.
Cool. What's up, guys? Welcome again to another Karma Marketing Sage content feature where this month's theme will be focusing on collaborative thinking. So, with collaborative thinking, we want to emphasize the definitions and ways on how we can bring in a symphony of creativity where people, a group of people, can build on each other's ideas and finding harmony and aligning with different ideas, perspectives, and also opinions. So it's not just about what we bring to the table individually, but also how we blend different unique expertise to craft something that is remarkable but also valuable, whether it's in a brand, whether it's in a certain service, or just overall life. So I am very excited. We have a special guest for this month, which is a special person. He's honestly an awesome trainer. He has made remarkable impact trying to mentor different young students in Malaysia, and he is also working in a very renowned tech company. So I will have him introduce himself. Alex, go ahead, say hi to the community, and just introduce yourself.
All right, thank you so much, Nina. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon from Malaysia. So again, I'm Alex here. Like has been introduced by Nina. I have been a mentor for the young graduate space in university, especially in Malaysia. Well, what my main role is, more on coaching students in terms of career preparation. In terms of career development, survivability skills in the corporate world as well as emotional management. That's what right now I'm pretty much focused on, as well as I think it's also very crucial for not only for youngsters but also for every single one of us here to really understand about what is the meaning of the collaborations, right? So I think the word collaboration have a very different definition by each person, but I will share about my own, personal definitions of collaborations.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I would love to just pick your brains on like your own definitions and also just ways on how you try to promote that, not only within the young audience, but also people that you've worked with. So let's begin with our topic of this month, which is the power of teamwork and collaborative thinking. So with our first question, Alex, what is your personal definition of collaborative thinking? And could you cite an experience where you've experienced this or maybe even have not experienced this?
Okay, so I will break these two words in separate, definitions. When we talk about collaborative, right? I think we also need to understand the word collaborate, what the word collaborative means, right? It means that it has to be more than one person. That's
Mm,
how you collaborate. You cannot collaborate with your own self. That's no way. So whenever a collaboration comes in, the word comes in, means that you need more than one brain, right? In order
mhm.
for you to think, in order for you to create something, in order for you to run something, right? When it comes with the word thinking, right? Thinking means you use mind, you use brain to think of something, right?
Mhm.
So it comes with ideas, it comes with opinions, it comes with view. But when you merge these two words in one, collaborative thinking, to me, my own personal definition is that, it's a collective idea from a group of people
Mhm.
towards a certain goal that, probably all of these people wants to achieve, right?
Yeah.
So it means that you tap on each other's idea, right? In building up probably a framework, a solutions, or a proposal towards achieving the goal that has been set, by probably by the whole team as well.
Mhm.
Right. So, and what can I say is that, my personal experiences when I work in one of the, world leading technology company previous years, I was being assigned, to really set up a team in that company itself, where again, it focuses on graduates. The,
Yep.
the, the whole objective is to build a community right, in that in the organizations where it's totally new, right? So I was assigned by myself, right, to create this club. So, but I do not have a lot of ideas. So I tap into a few different leaders from different departments, getting their views on, hey, what do you see, in terms of this, setting up this, group over here in this organization. What is your objective? What is your view over this? So I tap into a different brain, and I sort of get them to nominate people to come in together and join me to form a force, a task force, within the whole group. So I started off with having only 5 people, together in forming this group. So, and at the beginning, it really struggled. It really struggled for us because
Oh no.
we have to build a community, or we have to integrate a community that is more than 500 people in the organizations. And only 5 of us are working towards the whole thing, building up. And these 5 people, minus me away, right? The 4 are pretty much fresh graduates, right? So pretty much they are relying on you. But how do we foster that? The culture of, hey, we are not playing by rank, we're not playing by seniority, you're playing by equality. It means that whenever you're in this community, you're in this task force, we're all equal, right? The objective has been set, the goal has been set. What we need to do is to think of a way, right, to drive towards that goal. And all of us must align that goal means something for us. That goal has a value for us. So within that 4 people plus me, right? So every single week, we sit down together, we brainstorm through, different idea, different perspective. And then one thing I really love about this is that, diversity plays a very crucial role, right? I always believe that diversity comes with diverse innovation, comes with diverse idea, right? You need to have people from different background, different department, for example, to come in together. That's how you see things more widely. You can think in the longer way, right? So we started off with 5, and we built and we built and we built, right? And right now, when I left that organization, I left a legacy over there with right now we have about 20 plus of people as part of the committee to run the community that is now serving more than 800 fresh graduate in organizations.
Wow.
And it's a very fantastic group over there.
Yes, I honestly love how you mentioned that collaborative thinking. A lot of it, or at least an important factor, is definitely setting up a goal, because I think the common challenges when it comes to trying to work with different people is not aligning towards one common purpose or one common value that they can work together with. And I don't think a lot of people realize how much work it entails to actually find a common ground among the different backgrounds, among the different environments. And it's also great to emphasize that as well, because there are a lot of people with different backgrounds. Yes, there might be a little bit more challenges when it comes to finding a common ground, but that also gives bigger gratifying ideas, just because you're trying to open your eyes out to more perspectives, to more ideas, which will help create an even better contribution overall. So,
exactly.
Yeah. And this is just an additional question as well. What certain challenges did you face when it came to trying to find a common goal, or even just goal setting among different kinds of people?
Okay, I think certain time when you are the one that is leading a project, or a certain directions, I think you also need to have back in your mind what is the real directions that you want to go with. And you cannot limit yourself with one direction. There should be a multiple routes that towards the desired goal that you have set and wanted to achieve, right? Just that you probably has more optional route for to achieve to that. So what I mean with the optional route is that like for example, when we are trying to collect a different opinion or collective idea from there, right? That's how it helps you to determine which route is probably it's a better route for you to achieve to the desired goal. After eradicating all these obstacle challenges that probably you have set that goal, but you may not have achieved a line, a methodology towards that desired goal. But ultimately, right, you will find a best route, a best options, best direction for you to reach to the desired goal. Right, diverse perspective, it could be a cons, it could be a pros, right? Because when you have a diverse background of people, yes, the beautiful way of saying that is that you have diverse ideas. But again, diverse background comes with diverse opinion. And all these are individual. When you talk about human being, we all are different.
Yes.
Some may have different thought, some may have this. So I think that collectively, if let's say talk about getting a desired goal, right? Not to say that as long as we are building up on the collaborative thinking methodology, right? All things is we're gonna absorb everything without, for example, filtering. If you have a one person that does not go aligning with what you have set out as a desired goal, right? I think one of the approaches is to also let this person understand what is the objective of doing this. But again, right, but individual, he has his opinion to go against it. It's fine, right? If he chose that way, right, it's fine, right? But I think when we talk about collaborative, you have more people. Comes in. So I think the majority, the role of majority still comes into the picture. Right, you still need to follow what majority thinks as the best way to reach the desired goal.
Yes.
And I believe that slowly, when that person that go against the so-called the directions of the desired goal, right? Either he drops or either he follow with the directions. But if let's say he follow the direction, I think slowly he will understand. Right? What is the meaning of choosing that methodology? What is the meaning of choosing that direction to that desired goal that all of us seeing as a long-term goal?
Yeah, I think now that you bring up, there are some cases where people do not agree with like a certain idea of the group. This is where I believe two things come into play. So number one is definitely empathy, to understand that not everyone has the same common goals, common truths, maybe even like fundamental foundations in their lives or maybe in work. And the second one is mutual respect. Especially when you're working with different groups of people, you need to give them mutual respect to understand that, this is their willing choice to live by their own ideas and also beliefs, while also understanding that people are also trusting enough to let you decide to live your own life and also live your own truths.
Exactly.
So let us go to the next question. So with those kinds of challenges, and especially with your experiences, especially working with 500, a team of 500 people or different leaders, what would you say are the greatest ways or your top insights to achieve fully aligned teamwork? And with teamwork, how does collaborative thinking come into play?
I think teamwork nowadays has a different definitions compared to whatever has been called, in the past year. Right? When past year, when we talk about teamwork, is a team of people work together. That's how you see as a teamwork. But nowadays, I think the definition of teamwork has changed a lot. Right? I think the teamwork means that you need a team of people that fully understand about the whole, the objective, the framework, right? And we are working together towards it. That's how you call teamwork, right? Because everybody is comfortable, everybody understand, the way it is, or the meaning of, the value of the job that they're doing towards the directions, that will certainly bring back a value in return for them, right? And they're working willingly towards that. And you're providing a platform of learning, right, for them as well. Let's say in the corporate world, right? Corporate world nowadays, everybody talks about teamwork, right? When it comes to when it comes to in a real life corporate, you still see somebody say that, when we talk about feedback, we talk about survey, you still see some employees say that, no, I don't feel teamwork in the team, right? But when you ask them what is the definition of teamwork to you, right? They will say a lot of different point of view, which is fine, right? But I think that as a leader, we need to make sure that whatever we are calling out, right? We don't do it because of our own interests, right?
Very
This is
true.
for the whole team interest, the whole organization interest. And we need to make sure that everybody is comfortable with it, right? If it is not comfortable, why? That's how we foster collaborative thinking.
True.
You give ideas, you give opinions, right? And we collectively, chose, those opinion that has been given. What is the best? What is the sensitivity? What is the gray area, of doing that.
Yeah.
Certainly, you may see it, you may not, right? But hearing from those people that thinking from different perspective will definitely help you as a leader to see much more clearer picture, right? Before you move that to directions. And what we always wanted to do is that avoid blind following instructions. So the time you follow an instruction blindly, and when you're doing it, you started to questioning yourself,
Yeah.
right? That's not a very healthy way to cultivate, and build value within yourself as well. So I think that, when you come to a team, I think you also need to build a culture, right? A practice in the team that everybody was up. The challenges that we faced last time is that when we ask questions, I think this is a typical Malaysian thing, right? And when we started to ask questions, in a meeting, in the forum, and even if, let's say, when we do workshops in the university to students as well, right? When we collectively, we continuously to ask them, what is their, do you have any questions? What is the challenges that you may face, that you may thought of as well. I think the Malaysian way is that everybody's try to keep quiet, let those people start with the conversation first. So the trend is that you wait for me, I wait for you, then ultimately, eventually, no one speaks up.
Yeah.
And
And
I
passive
do.
aggressiveness comes out.
All right. So I think the culture, the culture of speaking up is one thing that always need to tackle. That's
Mm-hmm.
how you build brainstorming. That's how you build collaborative thinking and speaking at the same time.
Yeah. And while you mentioned that too, I think it's important to also put it out there that it's normal to have gaps and also conflicts when it comes to collaborating with people. Because I feel like the best kinds of ideas, number one definitely is being diverse, having everyone resonate with it, whether from different backgrounds and etc. But also have it also um foolproof in the sense that it can it can fill in the gaps for different kinds of people, and it's
Absolutely. I think one thing I always want to emphasize to people as well. Don't feel intimidated for
mm,
saying out an opinion or asking questions, even
yeah,
though you may think that it's silly questions, right?
yeah,
But just ask it. What's causing you for asking a questions that maybe silly to you, but it may not be silly to others. So what I will always suggest is that don't form your own judgment,
mm,
prejudgment, right? When you are trying to do something or speak something or asking something, right?
yeah.
When you have questions in your mind, just naturally speak it up, spill it up, right? Let the expert answer your queries.
Yes, I think that's also great just because in Philippine culture as well, like we have that same trait where we feel like it's not safe to voice out our opinions, or it just feels like people are going to judge you the moment you decide to speak up. So it's also important to build that kind of environment where it's an open learning environment for people to
Okay.
feel safe to bring up these kinds of things.
Yes.
Awesome. So we carry on to the last question, and you're free. Feel free to share any stories or advice. What would be your most important advice to anyone that is trying to build better teamwork dynamics in their brand or in their company, or those who are trying to incorporate more collaborative thinking in their business processes?
I think first of all, let's look at the culture that has been implemented. If we
Mm,
talk about an organization space, right? Look into the value that the organization is practicing.
mm-hmm,
That's how you will determine whether this is the right space, right place, safe place for you to voice out, right?
mm-hmm.
in certain organization, I would not say every single company, every single organization in the world is doing that, but you still find a certain organization over here in this world when you try to speak something that is going against with, whatever has been designed,
Yeah.
right? Usually it comes with a certain element of retaliations,
Uh,
especially, when it comes to your year-end evaluations, right?
mhm.
That's how you get, an unfair assessment from it, right?
True.
And certain boss or leaders can give you a very beautiful, justification of why they are judging you this way.
Yes.
But you know well in deep inside yourself that you have done nothing wrong. You are just pointing out something, right? And the intention is to build, the whole improvement process from that, right? But again, like I said, we are all human beings. By individual, you have different feeling, different
Yes.
emotional intelligence, different intelligence, quality over here as well, right?
Yes.
So we cannot assume that everybody will think like we, right? But again, when in the organization culture that is cultivating speaking up, culture, then feel free to go and voice out.
Mm-hmm.
But if let's say you're in an organization, when you voice out, you feel that there's something wrong, right?
Mm,
You feel intimidated. You feel something from that, right?
true.
Then that is not the right place for you if let's say you are a person that always wants to voice out for improvement purposes. But
Very,
of
very
course,
true.
when we say voice out, we must always be cautious, be alert on what we are meaning with voice out. It's not to say that,
Yeah, just
when
say
you say
whatever
voice
you
out,
want.
I just say whatever thing I want, right?
Yeah.
So I think we also need to be very much intelligent, right? When
Yes.
we are saying voicing out.
Yes. And I guess conscious to a certain degree, to also understand how that person would feel if you were treating them a certain way. Like if you say would you also feel okay if someone said that to you too?
All right, all right. And I also think that when we want to build a teamwork, right? Like when the question is targeting on teamwork, right?
Mhm.
A better team aligned teamwork in organizations. Right?
Mm,
I think we always find platform for the other team members to shine out themselves, right?
mhm.
Don't always let those senior people or leaders to voice out. I think it's much more important to let those juniors or the middle range
I
employee
agree.
to have a equal opportunity to voice out as well, because you need to let them see the empowerment side of you towards them.
Yes.
Putting trust in them is very, very crucial.
Yep.
That's why they'll run the show for you.
Yeah. They are the majority of
Yeah.
your company as well.
Correct. Yes. But if let's say you're holding the power by yourself, right?
Mhm.
You're not allowing people to voice out. You only ask them to follow whatever has been designed or whatever has been instructed. Trust me, sooner or later, these people will run away from your organizations.
Yeah, that's very true. Tried and tested, I believe.
Yes. And I
Awesome.
don't believe that. I'm personally, let's say I'm in a culture where I only need to follow instructions. There's no way for me to voice. There's no way for me to put up my opinion. I will not stay within the company for long, because I don't think I'm building anything. I don't think I'm contributing any value. Don't
True.
think I'm that important in the organization, because my opinion is not being valued. It's not being so-called being viewed as important as part of the organization improvement.
Yeah, honestly, I can definitely gather from here. Collaborative thinking isn't just building the ideas, but it's also building that safe culture for people to voice out, building mutual respect, whether it's your employee, whether it's a peer, or whether it's someone higher than you, and also cultivating equal treatment among these different kinds of people.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing your personal wisdom and insights to the community. I hope that whoever is listening right now, you may have taken away maybe small tokens of wisdom and also maybe a little bit more of motivation to understand that it's normal to have conflicts and collaborative thinking or anything that revolves around teamwork, but understanding that with common values, with aligned cultivation of culture, respect, and also treatment, it is possible to create great, or if not perfect, amazing ideas for your team. So thank you, Alex, for making time. Everyone listening, cheers, and hopefully tune into the next episode of Karma Marketing.